Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, March the 28th. I'm back. I was away for a few days. I didn't upload the last, I think, 3 days or so. Uploaded Monday, and then I've had to not upload the last 3 days because my computer was having problems. My computer was like overheating. I wasn't able to do videos because my computer would shut off, but I went and got it repaired. It's working good now, so I'm back. We're going to talk through some player props, guys, that I do like for today's slate on Friday. We got 8 games tonight, so it's a big slate. Right now, at the time I'm recording this video, Thursday night, recording this video the night before. You know, we don't have props up for all the games right now. The board's a little bit limited, but I was still able to find 3 early plays that I did like. Taking a first look at the board, we're going to talk through these plays, and we're going to share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, guys, make sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoy these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you do. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So make sure to check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. And again, use that code NOAH when you do sign up. And I also do want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can go sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there. And when you play $5, you're going to get $55 worth of free lineups. So this is a easy way to build your bankroll up on Sleeper. You can just put in like 10, 15, 20 bucks. You don't have to deposit a bunch of money. Play $5. You're still going to get $55 worth of free lineups. Again, when you play that first $5 lineup over on Sleeper. Their new user offer that they used to do was a deposit bonus, and if you guys know, deposit bonuses kind of entices you to put more money in, because the more money you put in, the bigger bonus you get. Well, with this type of promotion, new user offer, you don't have to put in a bunch of money. Just put in 15, 20 bucks. You'll still get that $55 worth of free lineups again when you play your first $5 lineup. So make sure to go check out Sleeper if you guys have not yet. Download their app and use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Sleeper. But yeah, guys, we got some plays to talk about for this slate on Friday. Let's go ahead and break them down, man. So we got 3 plays that we're going to discuss in this video. Let's go ahead and talk about the first play of the day. So the first play I like is going to be a prop on Rudy Gobert. And we're going to take Rudy Gobert for more than 21.5 points plus rebounds. So we've kind of seen Gobert start to play well lately. You can see he's gone over this line his last 2 games. Worth noting, some of these games where he has gone under, one of the games he got ejected. It was this game against the Pacers. He only played 21 minutes this day. The game against the Pelicans, he did lose minutes. He did play 31 minutes this game against the Pelicans. Did go under just by a few in that one. Got ejected in this game against Indy. And then this game against Utah, he also played limited minutes. Now, he still played 26 minutes, wasn't super productive, only 13 PR. But the minutes have been back up for Gobert lately. 30 minutes in this game against the Pelicans. 35 minutes last game against the Pacers. Gobert's typically a player that we can project to play over 30 minutes. He's averaging almost 33 minutes per game this season. His minutes have kind of been up and down lately. Some of that's kind of been due to like blowouts. I think he's gotten into foul trouble in some games. But more times than not, Gobert's going to play over 30 minutes. If it's a competitive game, which this game against the Suns projects to be competitive. So I think this is a spot where we can project Gobert for at least 30 minutes minimum, and maybe he plays like 33, 34 minutes. Again, he got up to 35 minutes last game. And Gobert's a guy that typically does well against teams that struggle around the rim, give up points in the paint, also struggle on the glass. And that's this Suns team. The Suns this season, they've been a really good matchup for centers. They're top 5 in both, I believe, both points and rebounds allowed to centers, if I'm remembering correctly. So 3rd most points allowed to centers, and then, they're top 5 when it comes to rebounds allowed to centers as well. So this should be a matchup that Gobert should be able to exploit. Nick Richards, he's never really been a great defender. Oso Ighodaro, coming off the bench, he's kind of undersized, and Gobert typically does well against guys that are undersized. He really dominates on the glass against teams that are undersized. We know the Suns are a team that they like to play a lot of small ball. Wouldn't be surprised if you do see the Suns play some small ball in this game, which that's a little bit concerning because sometimes Gobert can get played off the floor when teams go small. But it seems as of late, Minnesota is pretty content on sticking Gobert out there, regardless if it's a matchup where the other team's playing small or not. And if if Phoenix does decide to play some small ball here, I mean, Gobert should be productive when he's out there because he's good at dominating on the glass against teams that play small, which, again, the Suns team does like to do. Now, he has played the Suns twice this season. Hasn't been great in those 2 games. Like, if you look at his 2 games against the Suns this year, I'm pretty sure he went under this line in both of those games, but I'm going to look at it just to confirm. So in 2 games against the Suns this year, he had a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds, so he went under by the hook. And then last game against Phoenix, he only had 4 points, 5 rebounds in 34 minutes. That feels like an outlier more than anything, for Gobert. Gobert is typically a guy that averages when he plays 30 minutes, he averages 23, 24 PR. This season, he's averaging about 21.5 PR per game. And again, some of those games, where he's had worse games have been, some blowout, some foul trouble. Hell, he got ejected in one game. But again, the minutes have been trending up for Gobert lately. Been playing really well. Been good on the glass lately. He's averaged over 20 rebound chances over his last few games. So he's been really productive kind of all around. It's a good matchup for him too. Like the spot for Gobert. Going to take him for more than 21.5 points plus rebounds. And I was looking at DK Sportsbook. DK Sportsbook actually has his PR line set at 22.5. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see Prizepicks bump this line up to 22.5. It's still at 21.5 right now. I like it at 21.5, so that's what we're going to take is our first prop for today. Now, the next prop we're going to take is going to be a prop on Yves Missi, and we're going to take Yves Missi for less than 12.5 points. So this is not a spot where Yves Missi is going to project to do very well. Yves Missi has had some good games lately, but they have come against in some good matchups. Like he got to face the Sixers, who right now, I mean, the Sixers are one of the worst teams in the league. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. He did struggle against Minnesota, kind of as expected. Did have a game against Minnesota where he got 13 points, but then struggled against Detroit, 12 points. Struggled against the Clippers, 9 points. He has had some really tough matchups lately, besides the Sixers game. But this matchup against Golden State, it's not going to get any easier for Missi. I mean, this is a really tough spot. Golden State's been great defensively. Really, ever since they acquired Jimmy Butler, they've been one of the best defensive teams in the league. And they've been a tough matchup for centers because they are really good defending the paint. Golden State this season allowing the 3rd fewest points in the paint. And Yves Missi, he is he's your traditional 5. He's not a guy that really stretches the floor much at all. He doesn't really shoot threes. When he scores, it's usually from layups, dunks, alley-oops. He's just going to score around the rim. And that's where Golden State has been very good at defending this year. Again, giving up the 3rd fewest points in the paint. Now, Zion Williamson is out for this game. CJ McCollum is out for this game. But obviously, these the lines are kind of already accounting for that. And even if you look at his games without Zion this season, he has still gone under this points prop in a large majority of his games without Zion this season. And if you look at the games he went over against Phoenix, Atlanta, Philly. We just talked about that game. Washington, a lot of these games where he has gone over have been a very good matchups. Even Denver, he went over. Denver's been a pretty good matchup for centers. Denver has been giving up a lot of points in the paint this season. Missi has struggled in matchups against tough teams that defend the paint well, that don't give up a lot of points to centers. For example, Minnesota, Detroit, the Clippers. Those are the teams he has struggled against, and Golden State's right up there with those teams when it comes to limiting points to centers, limiting points in the paint. So I think this is a pretty tough spot for Yves Missi. Also, wouldn't be surprised if this is a spot where maybe his minutes get cut down a little bit. Sometimes Missi can lose minutes if the Pelicans play small ball. Sometimes Missi can get played off the floor just because, again, he doesn't really provide much shooting, much spacing at all. And with Golden State being really big favorites in this game, I think they're 13-point favorites, this could definitely be a spot where going into the 4th quarter, the Pelicans are down 15 and they're trying to play catch up. They're trying to come from behind. And in those type of scenarios, you could definitely see Missi lose minutes because they just want to get more shooting and spacing out there. So there's a lot of ways that we can cash this under on Yves Missi. Also, another thing that I like is, I like playing anytime you have these guys that don't really shoot threes, that don't go to the free throw line much at all. I like playing their lines at a odd number. So obviously Missi needs to get 13 points to go over. I think that's definitely meaningful because there are definitely scenarios where he finishes with exactly 12 points or exactly 10 points. I know he had a game with 13 points recently, and I want to say did he have any free throws in that game? I'm assuming that's how he got to 13 points. He did have some free throws in that game, but he's not a guy that gets to the free throw line much. A lot of his points are going to be twos. He's not really shooting many threes. And again, he's not going to go to the free throw line much at all. So I think getting his line at 12.5, taking the under on that is valuable. If this gets bumped down to 11.5, I don't like it as much at 11.5 because there are definitely scenarios I could see playing out where Messi finishes with like exactly 12 points because he could have like 6 dunks or something. Obviously, six dunks is a little bit much, but he could have like a couple dunks, a couple layups, maybe a floater. Maybe he goes to the free throw line for 2 free throws and he makes both free throws. But yeah, I like the under on 12.5 points on Messi. I think it's a tough matchup for him. I think there's ways he could lose minutes in this spot as well. Also, again, we talked about how Golden State, again, been so good limiting points in the paint this year, and that's where Messi does all of his scoring is in the paint. And Golden State, they're not going to give up a lot of points in the paint. So that's what we're going to take as our second prop for today. And then the next prop, third and final prop I like, is going to be on Kelly Olynyk. So we're going to take Kelly Olynyk for more than 10.5 rebounds plus assists. So these props I think correlate somewhat because I think if Messi does struggle, if he goes under his points prop, that could definitely benefit Kelly Olynyk. That can maybe lead to Kelly Olynyk playing more minutes. And we talked about how there are times when the Pelicans do play small ball. If they're playing from behind, sometimes Messi gets played off the floor. Well, Kelly Olynyk's the guy that can benefit in those small ball lineups because he's a good shooter. He's a guy that can space the floor, can shoot threes. That in a scenario where the Pelicans are opting to get more spacing and more shooting out there, that could lead to more minutes for Kelly Olynyk. And Kelly Olynyk has already been playing more minutes lately in the absence of Zion Williamson. If you look at his last 3 games he's played without Zion, in those 3 games, he has played 22, 25, and 30 minutes. The game he played 22 was against Minnesota, and that game was a blowout. But even the game before that, 31. The game before that, 31, 27. So he's played at least 25 minutes in 5 out of 6 games without Zion this season. The one game he played less than that was a blowout against Minnesota. Last game, Olynyk got up to 30 minutes. I think if this game's competitive, we could see Olynyk play around 30 minutes again. If this game's a blowout, I think he still plays like probably 24 to 25 minutes. And Olynyk's a guy that can rebound pretty well. He can facilitate too. He's a very good facilitator. He's always been a guy that has shown an ability to pass and to rack up assists. Last game he had 11 rebounds, 7 assists. The game before that he had 5 rebounds, 8 assists. You look at his last few games, last 3 games without Zion, he's averaged, in terms of potential assists, he's averaged 7 potential assists per game over their last 3 games. Also, if you look at last game was without both Zion and CJ McCollum. Zion and CJ McCollum are both out again today. Kelly Olynyk did have 6 potential assists last game. So, he's been doing some facilitating lately. You would think that continues with no Zion, with no CJ McCollum, because Zion is a guy that can facilitate, so is CJ McCollum. You take them off the floor, that should lead to more opportunities for Olynyk to rack up assists. And then when it comes to his rebound opportunities, Olynyk has been really good on the glass. Ever since he joined the Pelicans, he's averaging over 11 rebound chances per game. You would think with Zion off the floor, who's a good rebounder, that's just going to open up even more rebounding opportunities for Olynyk. Do like the spot for Olynyk to get more than 10.5 rebounds plus assists. He's over this line in 4 out of 6 games without Zion so far. One of the games he went under, again, was a blowout, and he only played 22 minutes. But when he's played at least 25 minutes without Zion, he's had 13, 12, 18, 13, and 8 rebounds plus assists. So he's over this line in 4 out of 5 games without Zion when playing at least 25 minutes. I would expect Olynyk to play at least 25 minutes today, and there's a chance he plays about 30 minutes if this game is competitive. So that's what we're going to take as our third and final prop for today, for Friday. We're going to take Kelly Olynyk for more than 10.5 rebounds plus assists. And this is what I'm liking, guys, as our 3 props for this slate on Friday. Rudy Gobert, we're going to take for more than 21.5 PR. Yves Messi, we're going to take for less than 12.5 points. And Kelly Olynyk, we're going to take for more than 10.5 RA. So let's see if we can go 3-0 here, guys, for this slate on Friday. Appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos and supporting the content that I put out here on YouTube. If you guys enjoy these videos, just hit that like button for me. Always appreciate the likes. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, make sure you go sign up for Prizepicks and use that promo code NOAH. When you do sign up, when you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. Check out Prizepicks if you guys have not yet. But good luck tonight. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and for supporting the content. Appreciate your support. We will see you in the next video.